Quick little update on these projects, these bikes. This is that SE Cruiser that has not seen a rack of the light of day in quite a while. I literally just threw a bunch of parts on it, cleaned up some things, PB'd the freewheel, did stuff like that, put new cranks on it. These are old demolition cranks that I had lying around. These are the original 42's chain wheel that was on it. Still have the seat post soaking. That's not coming out anytime soon. Can't really see. No, yeah, you actually can. Yeah, that's where I use my little snap-on plier things. Repacked the headset, put that back in. Didn't clean the rust up on the fork, just cleaned the rust on the steering tube and the bearing race. New stem. These are the original bars that came off of this. These are actually called S&M. Word I'm not going to say. I don't want to get in trouble. But can't really focus on it. It's made by S&M. These were the bars. Not the bars. The S&M Slam bars were actually the bars. I've owned many sets of those. And then, ta-da! Rockhopper is finally done, finished. I've test ridden it a few times. I threw this bike together in, no joke, an afternoon. I just got tired of seeing it sitting around, so I ran around my property finding all the bits and pieces that I needed. These nice Suntour thumb shifters are really nice. This is the original Specialized seat that came off of it. It actually says made in Italy on it, but the leather that was on it, like pleatherish leather, that was split in a few spots. So I found this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fabric and I just reupholstered it. Brand spanking new crank and bottom bracket. I ran it clipless. If anybody saw on Instagram, this is that cassette that I hacked. Whoops, sorry. Can't really see, but you kind of can see it right there. That's one of the pins that held on the Mega Range or Hyper Range, depending on what it was. This was an 8-speed cassette, and for those of you who don't know what I did, I flipped it over, took an angle grinder, and just grinded down the rivets quickly that held on the Hyper Range, which was like an extra like 10 teeth that stuck out to like there. But I needed a 7-speed because this is a 7-speed hub and it won't accept an 8-speed cassette. So just ground it off, pushed the pins out, took the biggest ring off the back of it, turning it into a 7-speed, and then just peened those pins back over. I got a really nice riding bike now. Threw the fender on there for aesthetics. It's a little too high to really catch anything that's going to be spraying up. But besides that, this thing, I rode it, I don't know how far I rode it, at least 15 miles. And I rode it with no tools, no nothing, just put air in the tires. I haven't even checked these tubes to see if they're any good, but they're holding air still. This is a really fun bike to ride. I like this bike. I've been trying to find a shorter stem, but I don't have anything that's a 26 clamp. I got a bunch of BMX stems, but nothing fits these bars. So if I can find a different set of bars, I can probably do it. But I just like these because they're the ones that came on the bike. I've spent no money putting this thing back together, other than the seat post. That's the only thing I really bought. Everything else was given to me or I had. These cranks were given to me. Yeah, so up next for the SE Cruiser is I have to get tires. These tires are finito. They're done. I'm not even going to attempt to try to blow them up because I know exactly what they're gonna do. As soon as I do that, they're both wasted in relatively the same spot because it's sat for so long. But oh, that's right, I didn't mention this. This got a brand new, I had one lying around. It's an Eastern American bottom bracket. I had a brand spanking new one, so I put some grease in the shell, slammed those bad boys in. I did not use If anybody wondering, if anybody cares. This is the center. It actually goes in between each bearing, and it's supposed to make your crank spin nice and smoothly. Except for when I'm, when I'm riding it, I'm usually jumping it. So there's a chance my feet are going to be coming off of this bike at some point in time. So I don't need this. I kind of want the cranks to be as stiff as possible. Used chain, fairly used. It was on one of my bikes. I just didn't like it because it was purple. My neighbors are having a field day over there. Yeah. So tires, fixed the seat post because I've damaged it pretty badly trying to take it out, so I have to get a new one anyways. So new seat post, get a seat. And this puppy will be ready to run, roll, run, ride. Whatever you guys want to call it. Yep. So the SC Cruiser and the Rockhopper. I'll get some footage of me riding this thing in the next coming days. I'm pretty packed with work. So there you go, guys. There's a little update. Hope you enjoy it. Take care. Stay safe.